The following is a Journey into Comics Network production.
Good luck.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Game Addicts podcast, the show where we talk about the modern and retro video games that we play and collect.
Zuki is your host today.
He
just introduced himself.
He did. He just kind of came in. This cat came in. He's like, "This is my show now.
It's my show.
I'm hosting." He goes, "I heard you starting, and I had to make myself be known." Hi there, buddy. I am your host, Brando, along with this podcast player too, Mike.
Hello.
How's it going, buddy?
It's going fantastic.
It's going pretty good for me as well. Of course, last week you weren't on the show because we were just a few hours short of being able to share the podcast stage together with our friend Sarah, who was graciously on the podcast. She doesn't do very many podcasts, and I thought she knocked it out of the park. I know you haven't heard it yet or seen it.
No.
My bad, guys. As I'm recording this, it's actually the day that episode came out, and I forgot to upload the YouTube video.
Shame on you.
It's processed, but it just so much stuff has been going on that I haven't actually been on the computer. I actually also hadn't put it up on Patreon yet, for early people, because you can do that if you like our show and want to get it on audio early, and you want to give us $1 or $3. You can hit up the Journey into Comics Network on Patreon, and you can donate or pledge monthly there. Get all the shows early, up to a week, unless I lose my power cord for the laptop. Because I left it at Gretchen's.
So was that Gretchen's?
It was at Gretchen's. Okay. I found it. We're all good to go, but I edited 52 before I edited 51. And then when I uploaded 51, I named it 52. I've been scatterbrained here lately. However, the episode Horror Business with Sarah just went up today as we're recording this, and when I get home, I'm popping up that YouTube video right away so I can get that up. That way it'll be up, and it'll be Thursday evening, Friday morning, wherever, for you guys to check it out. Because we sat there, and we were in an entirely different room set up, and we brought some of our favorite horror-themed games. But not just horror game, but horror-themed.
Yes.
And we had a really cool conversation, and I realized I've never actually sat down one-on-one with her and had a conversation. And
I know. She's really quiet. She's super nice.
Well,
she's so quiet in a group.
I've known her for almost 10 years now.
And you've never talked to her one-on-one?
Never.
Shame on you.
Well, it's just a matter of every time there's always something going on. Think about it. When I first met her, we were getting the band back together. Yeah. Then the band thing was going on. So yeah, she would be there, but everybody would always be there. Right. And we would be doing stuff. We'd be doing shows, or then doing the podcast stuff. I'd be up there. We'd be doing shows. We'd be going places. We'd be doing that, coming down here. She normally would not come down here with Nate to do a podcast, but then with their band now, there's always something going on.
I know.
And always around each other, but never just privately, one-on-one, having a conversation. And I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed getting to know her. And really just having a good conversation with her, because she does have a really cool story in video games. And we're going to have her back at some point.
Yes.
Because we're going to talk about, and of course she used to work at the Devil's Playground.
Yes.
GameStop. So we're going to talk about that.
Which I'm going to go to here in a minute.
And we'll get to that. But
got a nice lovely stack.
Yeah, exactly. But there's another thing that I want to talk about, because she's a really big RPG fan.
Yes. Aren't we all?
And so I want to talk about JRPGs with her, just like RPGs in general. Let's sit back. She has a really cool story on that episode about meeting some of her favorite video game composers. Like
yes.
One of my he's one of my favorite composers of all time. In music, he has made so many classic themes throughout the years. But definitely check out that episode.
He has a very good... I wouldn't say unique, but he's very good at capturing the mood that you're looking for.
The emotion. We talked about
the
that
emotion
on the
is just fantastic.
Music, especially in those early RPGs where there was no voice acting, the music would help convey the emotion that you're supposed to be feeling for the scene. And that's something that he was able to do in a lot of games.
Almost all of them we own.
Exactly. But we do have some stuff to talk about today. We do have some pickups. I'm actually going to go second.
You sure?
Well,
I got a long one.
Yeah, I guess I could go first because I have 2 pickups. The stack here is actually for a conversation later, but I have 2 pickups. And the first one I just got today.
Yes, you did.
I got Final Fantasy X 10-2 HD on PS4. And this is my 3rd copy of these games. I have them on PS2. And I have them on the Vita. I got that day 1 when they got released. And I was looking, I think I don't know if I mentioned on the podcast on 51 about the PS3 version.
Yes.
I looked at it. It was like $7. I kind of wanted it. And then I'm like, well, is it worth it? And then, so I looked up comparisons. I looked up what people were saying. Is the PS4 version worth the extra bump?
$3. It's an extra $3.
Yeah. And it really is because they actually put a lot more of an oomph. They used more of the system. They actually did some background work, and they actually, because this is the first Final Fantasy game that was completely built on the 3D engine. When you look at even the PlayStation 1 games, 7, 8, 9, all the character models were in 3D, all the battle arenas were in 3D, but all of your areas where you walk around, they're all like they're all art. They're all drawn. They're all like hand drawn. Really great artists that do that to make it look so good. But with this, they completely built everything on a 3D playing field. Well, on the PS3, they really just put it on there and did minimal work. With the PS4, they actually used the extra power. And it says here, 32 gigabyte minimum for both games. So you're looking at 16 gigabytes for each. And that's not a slouch.
No.
I've actually been watching some gameplay of this on YouTube. It's actually the PC version, which is actually this version. So I'm excited because now I wanted this game on the portable when it first came out. That's why I got it on the Vita.
Right.
Now I can put it on the TV and I can transfer my save to the Vita, which you can also do it with the PS3. Jeez, so weird. You can do the full cross-save compatibility with the PlayStation 3 and Vita versions. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I really am. But I love Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X-2 I don't love. But I want to play it because I want to experience it more than what I have. I have such a foul taste for when I first started playing that game. Because it wasn't 10. It was like you have 10, which is 10 is, take a Star Wars movie, okay? Just for comparison. A New Hope. Here's A New Hope. Here's Star Wars New Hope. That's Final Fantasy X. Good story. Good themes. Takes you on a roller coaster,
Right.
Good experience. Its sequel was Empire Strikes Back. Up here.
Yeah, yeah.
So here's Final Fantasy X. And its sequel was Saturday Night Fever. It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's the same world. It's just, I didn't like Yuna's development. And her completely 180. I get it. Her character in 10 is not going to be in 10-2 because she's a different person now.
Right.
I get that. But I just felt like she went from being quiet little girl to Lara Croft a little bit too quickly for my taste.
Yeah.
Just my taste. I do want to play it more because I do want to mess around with their job system and have a lot of fun with the gameplay. Because I actually did like the gameplay a lot with 10-2. The problem was it could not hook me.
Yeah.
So there's that. I don't have much to say about that. I got PS4, but I did get South Park: The Fractured But Whole on the Xbox One. And why did I get this on Xbox One? Well, I had Stick of Truth on 360. You and me bought that on the same night.
Yes, we did.
We was on a whim.
It was.
It was like we talked about it that day at work.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I did buy it that day.
Because you got it on PS3.
Yep.
Because you were giving me shit for buying it on the 360. Because I just got my it was like a month or two after I got my 360, my Star Wars 360.
Yeah.
It was in 2014, and I didn't have a lot of new games for it. I'm like, I actually want to use this system, and it made sense because of the Black Friday trilogy, because the whole Black Friday trilogy leads into Stick of Truth.
Right.
And they have the Xbox One versus the PS4, and they end up getting an Xbox One.
Yeah.
And then they play it for like 10 minutes, and then they go outside and play. And that's when they start playing Stick of Truth.
Right. It makes sense.
So getting that on Xbox One for me was like, okay, continuation. Number 2, I don't have a whole lot of Xbox One games.
Right.
I do enjoy my Xbox One a lot. That is shocking, considering the things that I have said, either on this very podcast or no, I don't know if I said it on this podcast because this podcast started way later. But like maybe go as far back to my very early episodes with Journey to Comics. I was very negative on the Xbox One.
Yes.
I said I would never own one, and then I got a decent deal on one, and then I started playing with it. Their new dashboard update.
Yeah.
Good. It's really good. Because check this out. You have your home thing, right?
Yeah.
You can customize your homepage with any sort of game you want. So anything that you've been playing, you can just put it there. So that way it's there. Then, one of the things that I've been that I've had criticism of them about is you have to scroll over here to get the store. You have to go over here. It's this one box over here that's your apps and games. If you press the Xbox home button, it loads up like a little, like over here. It brings up your pop-up menu.
Quick menu, yeah.
From there's your games and apps. There's your store.
Huh.
You don't have to like wonder where everything is. It's all right there. And I was just messing around with it for the very first time when I got Fractured But Whole because I really haven't played my Xbox for a while. And I'm like, I actually like this dashboard update. I'm digging it. It's cool. You know? I don't know how much I would actually use the customization features for like putting all these different games and putting all these different communities because when you put your game file on your main thing, you have your game and then you have your communities and you have your groups and you organize from that.
Right.
You can switch. So they're really they're really gearing towards the people who game a lot online and want easy access. So if you buy this game, South Park: The Fractured But Whole, for a limited time for the first run, you will get a free copy of The Stick of Truth.
Which is a great deal. That
is on both the PS4 and Xbox One versions. You will get the Xbox One and PS4 versions of that game. You're not getting I thought for a second that they were just going to throw in the 360 version my way.
Right.
Because the 360 version is reverse compatible.
Right.
So there's no need to buy it or get it again. However, the code does expire on January 31st of next year.
Okay, so I have time.
So yes, because
I do plan on picking that up.
Highly recommended for this game because you liked the first one, right?
Yes, I love it.
You were surprised by how much you liked the first one.
Yes.
This one is the same, but you'll love it even more because it's
tactical.
It's a little bit more. It really is. They do some more with it. The story, it's South Park. Like literally,
that's all you got to say. It's South Park.
Like, it takes you on this roller coaster of a ride, of unraveling a mystery, but it is straight up South Park the entire way. So if you do not enjoy South Park and its humor, this game isn't for you. That's just the way it is.
I heard my phone.
Yeah, I heard it too, but I don't know where it is. It's way over there.
You gotta go get it.
Okay, you go.
Because the wife is bringing s'mores frappe.
Well, lucky for you. Not for me. She's not bringing one for me.
You can try it.
Oh, maybe I will. But you, when you buy it brand new, you get a gaming bud Tally.
Hey guys.
And really, all he is he's almost like a help beacon up here. He'll come up and he'll say something to you every once in a while.
Hey, Brando.
Hey. Oh, hey man, heard you. Hey, maybe.
Are you having trouble?
Open everything with a yellow handle. Give it a try. And then, of course, there's your free gift of Stick of Truth. And then there's a little pack in for the South Park 20th season. Man, they've been going for a long time.
Yes, we know.
I
know.
Now, I will say that the download for Stick of Truth, I do think that it is just a port. It isn't like they didn't up-res, because the game looks the same.
Well,
it's
I don't
South
mind.
Park.
I don't mind. It doesn't matter about the graphics on the South Park.
I haven't booted up Stick of Truth. Okay, I didn't boot that up, but it is about the same size. It's like 5 or something gigabytes.
Right.
So it won't. I think this one is only like 16.
I mean, there's not a South Park.
Well, hold on. For use on Xbox One systems, game disc, and up to 25 gigabytes of storage. Oh, okay. Well, 25
But I mean, really, with these games, it's not like they're graphically demanding. Like
No,
they're not
they're
looking
not.
for realism. It's
They're
South
not.
Park.
And I only had a few glitches. I had a glitch at the very beginning where the intro movie froze, but Cartman was still talking. And then I had a couple of during one of the, it wasn't the final boss. It was close to. It was getting towards the end.
Yeah.
The entire game froze on me.
You're like, ah.
And it pissed me off because the night before I was staying up late because I thought I was near the end. Turns out I'm glad I kind of quit playing that night when I got frustrated because the boss killed me. And I'm like, I'll just beat it tomorrow. I did beat it the next day, but it actually took me an extra hour and a half.
Right.
And it was already 10:30 at night, and I was like already pushing my bedtime.
Right.
Because we got to get up early in the morning.
Yeah.
Totally recommend this game. This game took me probably 15, 17 hours to beat, around the same time as the original. The battles do take a bit longer. I loved some of the. They brought in even more humor from the show. From some of them are later seasons. You're not going to understand. Maybe if you're not up to date on the show, you might not understand some of the references that they're doing. But it's still funny.
Right.
This game was absolutely hilarious in spots. Timmy in this game is Professor Timothy, and he's like Professor X. So, you know how Timmy never talks, but when he puts his finger up to his temple, he speaks to you telepathically with a normal voice inside your mind.
Huh.
And then, so there's a scene where it's one of the first times that Cooner Friends and Freedom Pals are actually going to collide.
Right.
And then he starts talking to Cartman. He goes, "Don't do it, Timmy. Don't do it. Stay out of my mind." And he's like, face it, Cartman. You're kind of a douchebag. Guys, he just called me a douchebag in my mind. And then he did this. Timmy did this. He was holding this, and then he went right back into how he normally looks. He's like, "Oh, dude, I lost it. I absolutely lost that." And seeing him just bounce back and forth to whatever.
Right.
And see, the thing is that this and Stick of Truth both, the kids are playing a game.
Right.
And there are times where it makes you, it harkens back to when you're a kid and you're playing with your friends.
Right.
And it's so real to you, but it's still make-believe. But in the world of South Park, sometimes how real it is to them is how real it actually gets. But at the end of the day, it's somehow still make-believe.
I like the way they make him look like Professor X.
Yes.
He looks like Professor Xavier.
They added some new locations. They added the Raisins Bar. It's like Hooters, but with little girls instead of
Yeah.
Then they have the normal bar is now Skeeter's Wine Pub. It's a little bit higher class. They have a microbrewery now.
That's awesome.
Really enjoyed it. Now, you know how the last game it was Facebook was the social media?
Yeah.
Now it's Coonstagram.
Coonstagram?
Yeah. It's very, very good. I really look forward to hearing what you've got to say about it. Here's something that's funny. This happened to me 3 or 4 times during the game, so it wasn't all the time.
Right.
But when you're fighting on the street, you have your grid and you're all fighting each other. All of a sudden, somebody will yell, "Car!" and everyone will run. Everybody will run off the road, and there'll be a car. It's like, "Get on the road, you freaking kids!" Okay, we're clear. And then everybody runs back to their spot on their.
That's awesome. Wayne's World. That's what it reminds me of when he's playing hockey.
Yeah. Yes.
Wayne's World.
Yeah. Car.
Car.
Oh yeah, dude. That cracks me up. There was one point where Tally, your gaming bud, comes up and he goes, "Hey there, buddy. Oh, gee, I guess I forgot what I was going to say. I'll get back with you later. And he disappears, and then you're in battle, and he comes back, "Oh, I don't remember what I was going to say." Morgan Freeman is your tutor in this. He teaches you the way your farts. You can turn back time, and you can use these in battle. You can use your farts to rob players of a turn.
Right.
You can pause time, and you can run up to there and get free hits on them. You have to go, and you actually have to go and be able to craft this recipe to do this. You can actually bring a past version of yourself into the battle to give you for 4 or 5 turns to give you an extra character on the field, an extra you with all your health and all your stats and all your moves.
It's awesome.
And
that's pretty cool.
I will just say this: Morgan Freeman is the super optional. The only way that you can actually know that he's fightable is through online, or while the game is loading, it's like you should totally try to fight Morgan Freeman. You should totally do that. And you have to throw like 3 firecrackers at him, and then he'll finally like, okay, kid, you asked for it. I don't think you want to do that, kid.
Yeah.
And then he fights you, and then he can mesmerize you with his freckles.
That's awesome.
And then you get charmed, and then you start like you start fighting against your own. Or he never charmed me. He always charmed the others. He goes, stare deep into my freckles. You have just been Freeman. Oh man, absolutely! I can't wait to hear what you got to say about it, because I think that if you even remotely like Stick of Truth, you'll like this, because it's more of the same, and the ending is South Park.
That's all it needs to be said.
Oh man,
if you know South Park at all,
yes, absolutely. In Knights of the Old Republic, it ain't.
It ain't.
Big epic ending. I'm not spoiling anything. Just be prepared at South Park. Just be prepared. But you got to pick up.
I have a big pickup. I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, it's been sitting here on the table.
It has.
I'm not sure if our gracious YouTube audience can even see it.
I don't think they can, but they're going to. This here be a Switch.
Mike made the Switch.
I made the Switch. So, as anybody that listens to this podcast knows, I'm mildly obsessed with Facebook Marketplace. I've gotten way too many good deals. Well, thank you, Marketplace, once again. Somebody was selling this for a super low price. So, it was about $210 for the Switch with a dock. And without the case, which I'm sad about, but I'll find one later, Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
So when I added it all up, I saved about $100. And I was okay with that. Yeah. And the biggest thing that I went through, and it has a screen protector on it.
It's a little bubbly over here.
It's a little bubbly, which I can, I'll get a new screen protector. But no scratches on the screen.
There you go. They were on it.
No breaks. No nothing. Works just fine. Boots right up. Boop. If I push the right button, boop. There she blows. And you can right now pre-download Mario Odyssey, which I am going to trade stuff in to get, which I normally don't trade in very often.
No, you don't. But as I said, anything in that stack that you still want, you can always try and get it later, either on the marketplace or at the replay of disc.
I really hope to take it. But okay, so I got this, and I played it, and I don't have any games other than Mario Kart 8, which I played quite a bit of. So it didn't come with a Joy-Con controller, like the one that it's supposed to come with. It didn't come with that. So I went out and bought the charging one. I am not super fond of this controller.
I didn't like it that much when we used it, when we reviewed it, when Rob brought his, because he brought his and he also got the Pro Controller. And
the Pro Controller I would love to have. I will get eventually.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay.
It's good enough.
I mean,
for now.
It's not the worst controller I've ever held in my hands.
It's very awkward because
it is awkward. It's a little like I don't like. Okay, for a handheld, I get it, where you have your stick and you have your D-pad or your buttons like right next to it. That way you can get to it.
Right.
But when you're talking about an actual controller, you want some space, because this to me feels kind of cramped.
Hey,
puppy dog, what you barking at?
He said, "Hey, no, down."
Get your butt down, dude. You're a big baby anyway. You're scared.
He acts like he's mean.
He ain't mean. He's a nervous peer, guys. Like,
Yeah, he is.
Like, all I did was like, I'm gonna pet you. He's like, no. Psst.
He's like 7. Say January. So.
He's like 8, 9, 10 months old.
Yeah, he should be 8 months old this month.
Now, are you gonna get expanded memory for this?
I will eventually.
Yeah. Because that's what I'm looking at. Of course,
Somebody had one of the 128 ones.
I know. It was only like $40-something.
Yeah, but I don't think it was a high speed one. This you need the high speed.
Do you need?
You need high speed.
Okay. Yeah, this is serviceable. It's okay. I could probably get used to it and play with it, because I mean, when you have as many games as we have and as many systems as we have, I'm not a big fan of every single controller or layout, but it's okay.
So my only complaint about it is that I get that you want to keep the Joy-Cons. I understand that. That's fine. But the triggers are too small. And yet again, I understand it's for mobile use. So I get it. But with this Joy-Con adapter controller dock thing, it is literally just flat. There's no ergonomics to it whatsoever at all. It doesn't concave to your hand like the Pro Controller. I think what they should have done is took how the Pro Controller fits in your hand and simulated that and then made this. It would be okay. Like, I can get used to the buttons not being where they should be. I can get used to that. But I cannot get used to a controller that I constantly have to move my hands on because, one, there's no grip anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just smooth plastic. 2, it's too small that it literally fits in the palm of your hand. It's just too small.
Like it. Yeah. No.
I get that definitely the Pro Controller is probably one of the best controllers I've ever had in my hands. I had it in my hand the other day when I went to buy this.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I really want one of these.
I know, dude.
It feels right. Everything about it feels right. The placement in the palms, the grip is slick, but it's grippy just enough to where, like, it's not that rubber grip where if you start sweating it gets a little slimy.
Yeah.
It's just right. It's probably the best controller out. Problem with that is it's $70.
Yeah, the Xenoblade one that I want to get is $80. I got to keep telling myself, just buy the normal one. But the Xenoblade,
it's $10 more. That's it. But so that was my pickup. I played Mario Kart quite a bit.
yeah, it's the only game you got.
I haven't played it a lot.
Have you found the demos yet? I remember you saying the other day.
I haven't really hardly looked for them. I know that they're there. I couldn't find them the other night. I was looking through the games and it was like, buy Zelda, buy this, buy that. Yeah, I'm not a big download fan, but like I'll get download demos all the time. I love to download demos.
Yeah.
To test it out. Like, I really want to get Splatoon, and Splatoon is only like $36. Splatoon 2.
Really?
I looked at it this replay today.
You were tempted.
No, I didn't see it this replay. That was at the Devil's Playground. Okay. I was tempted, but with the next topic, which we're just going to go ahead and roll into, Mario Odyssey gets a 10 out of 10.
On IGN.
On IGN, a masterpiece.
Oh.
Hi.
And look what our friend Blaine bought.
He bought a new one. Or is it the same one you have?
The same one I have. He bought the Zoom H6.
Zoom.
He was like talking about it. I'm going to go to Metacritic and see.
You go ahead. I'm going to keep talking. So, Mario Odyssey it's Mario, but the thing that captured us is it's Mario 64.
It's
similar.
Have you seen more of that?
I have.
It's actually like
Look, what's the first thing that happens when you go to Metacritic?
Ad for Mario Odyssey.
Ad for Mario Odyssey.
It seems like it's a little bit more indifferent. So far, it's a 97 on Metacritic, based on 66 critics,
which is awesome.
And we're going to go and see it. Out of 66 critics, all of them are positive.
Yeah.
We have no mixed and no negative reviews.
That right there tells you that if when you look at something like that, and there is no mixed, like I would assume a little bit of mixed, but there's no mix, no negative.
Playzine gave it a 75.
For what reason?
I don't want to read the whole thing. Though a really neat game, Super Mario Odyssey is an utterly underwhelming adventure for every long-term Mario fan in existence. Unless Cappy brainwashed you, in that case, you are a satisfied zombie customer now. No, seriously, only a zombie would find a healthy challenge in this pleasant but disappointingly easy Super Mario walk in the park. Sorry, Odyssey. Now let's go.
But so his statement is negative, but he gave it a positive. It's 75%, but he's so dull on it. Like, I don't like it, blah, blah, blah. But you give it a 75%, guy. Like, why?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're dogging on it that much, it's brainwashing, it's blah, blah, blah. Go lower.
Here's a okay, so
just pitch it.
Oh man, these are so many 100s, dude. This is crazy.
Oh, I believe it.
All right, so I'm gonna go through here and look at
them.
No, I'm not really gonna count them. I'm just gonna go through and I'm gonna find. There's Games Radar, Games Rant, IGN, Game Blog Junior, Nintendo World Report, Nintendo Enthusiast, Nintendo Life, Switch Player, Telegraph, the Telegraph. I didn't know they did game reviews. I saw EGM and GameSpot. So here's EGM: a mix of the nostalgic, the fantastical, and the wonderfully bizarre. Mario's latest adventure provides more than a dozen tantalizing playgrounds to explore, with hundreds of collectibles, kingdoms full of delightful details, and secrets awaiting around every corner. Super Mario Odyssey is bound to keep players exploring long enough after the credits roll. GameSpot. Mario's latest outing is big, bold, and bursting with new ideas. And like Breath of the Wild, it is another instance of Nintendo going above and beyond to redefine our expectations. It's a shining example of refined creativity and another crown jewel for the Switch that is without equal.
That's a good review.
Game Informer gave it a 98. Game Informer is, of course, the magazine owned by GameStop.
Yes.
So here's Game Informer. Quibbles aside, Super Mario Odyssey is an absolute delight and another Switch release that will have Nintendo fans debating which 3D Mario game is the best of them all. I still hang my hat on Super Mario Galaxy as the pinnacle of the series, but Odyssey and its wealth of gameplay styles and moons make it a close second.
Huh.
So, I mean, people are really, really digging the new Mario Odyssey game. I look forward to playing it, and I look forward to stopping in at the Walls of Marts tomorrow because I have my Switch, which is the same as yours, or the same style,
right?
Like the gray, on layaway. If they get a red Mario Odyssey one, I'm switching them over, and I want that one.
I don't blame you.
Because I mean, I want the red Joy-Cons. I just think it looks pretty.
Yeah, and I don't want to pay the $80 for the Joy-Cons.
No, because you can actually get the red ones, I think, if you buy an extra set. But I just want to be different because I know Rob has that, and you have that, and I'm like, I could also have that.
But here's the thing I like.
Go ahead.
I saw you. You can get covers for them. Yeah.
Yeah, like little.
Yeah. I just wanted to interrupt in that. I'm gonna be different.
So check us out. Completely unrelated because I mentioned Walmart.
Okay.
So there is a Mr. Monopoly pop vinyl coming out, or is out, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Monopoly, the Monopoly guy, right?
Yeah.
He's a Walmart exclusive.
Huh.
Which Monopoly, Walmart, that made me giggle in ways that made me very, very happy. We have some articles to talk about, guys. We have about 5 or 6, and first, one of the ones I don't give a crap about, but I'm gonna say it anyway because
here's what it is.
Metal Gear Survive announced date released. February 20th, 2018. Metal Gear Survive is Konami's upcoming Metal Gear Zombie Survival spinoff.
Nope.
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 That's going to be one of those ones you're going to find at your local disc replay shop for about $10 in 5 months.
It's going to fail.
It's going to fail horribly. Nobody's going to do it.
No, because it's online only. Or if it's not online, I think it's made primarily around online.
I believe you're correct.
Warner Brothers to publish updated Rocket League Physical Edition. Warner Brothers will publish an updated retail version of Rocket League when it hits stores this holiday season.
Rocket League.
The retail release, which will be available for PS4 and Xbox One, will be an updated version of the hit game, though specific details on its content will be confirmed at a later time. Psyonix Vice President Jeremy Dunham called Warner Brothers the ideal partner to help push Rocket League to another level. Dunham notes that he was impressed with the publisher after previously teaming up for Rocket League's Batman v Superman DLC. So he must have liked their interaction. And Rocket League is currently available on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. A Nintendo Switch version is expected to be released before the end of 2017. And I guess they have a Halloween event, which if you're listening to this, you've already missed it, called Haunted Hollows. This is a fun and addicting game.
It is very fun.
I downloaded it when it was.
You know that if you look on the PlayStation or on a Facebook thing, or Facebook Marketplace, there's always a Rocket League tournament going on.
Is there?
In Indianapolis.
I really enjoyed it.
It's a great game.
It was about maybe. Oh man, when was it? Oh, it was when I was playing Fallout.
Yes, there's a free There's the free game for the month.
I think Rocket League was the free game that summer.
Yeah,
and I never played it, but I was playing so much Fallout for like a whole month. And
Fallout is great.
I loved it, but when you play something for that much, that long, you're coming home every day, you're just sucking your, Caitlin was really awesome about it. Wyatt was still pretty little, so he wasn't moving around a whole lot.
Right.
And, she just let me come home and play. And, basically with the notion that if she needed help, I would be there. Right. I would pause it and be there.
Where is my freaking s'mores thing? Where should it be?
I don't know.
Where should it be?
I don't know. Women, man.
She better not take it. Anywho, sorry.
That was my break game from Fallout, and I made my own little team and played the game. I didn't really like playing online that much.
I think we played together a couple times.
No, we didn't.
We didn't?
I didn't play with anybody online other than randoms. I felt like online was even more chaotic.
It definitely was.
And so I actually just enjoyed playing the computer and trying to do my best to play the game and learn how to play the game because I was still pretty rusty, but a lot of fun. I had a hard time pulling myself away from that. I'm like, I gotta beat Fallout before I go back to work. And I actually didn't. I actually beat Fallout later. Microsoft no longer producing the Kinect for Xbox One. So Microsoft has confirmed it's no longer manufacturing the Kinect accessory with Alex Kipman, the creator of the Kinect, and Matthew Larson, GM of Xbox Devices Marketing, confirming the news via an interview on co-design. Microsoft will continue to support customers who bought the Kinect, but it's unclear whether developer tools will still remain supported. So all those dancing games not for the Kinect. I don't know, dude. Of course, the Kinect was originally came to 360 back in 2010. And then when they said you had to use a Kinect on the Xbox One to even use the damn thing, and then the whole interface was surrounded by voice commands. That's why the original IU was so clunky.
Yep.
Because they're like, well, you just say where you want to go. I don't want that thing listening to me. The only good thing about having a Kinect, and I said this yesterday, I was talking to my wife, and I said, I don't want the Kinect. I don't want it hooked up. I don't want it listening to everything I say. I don't want it watching me. Sitting here eating my dinner like a fat ass and then playing games, okay? But the only thing that would be good for it,
yes,
with these codes, you don't gotta type them anymore. I don't know why I'm coming up; it's already redeemed. But you can just, boop, boop. Oh, there it is. That feature in itself, I never got to do that, but I'm like, yeah, no, no. But yes, so long Kinect. We barely knew ye. It was a big hit there for a minute, and then it just nobody wanted it anymore. And
pretty much.
Fortunately, I guess for the Xbox One, it never really took off. It says here on the article. In the years since the Kinect 2.0 has been released, Microsoft's emphasis on the device has since dwindled, like the PS4 and the Vita, or PlayStation and the Vita. And 2017 has only seen 3 Kinect-specific games come out. In fact, only 21 have ever been released.
Huh.
So I can see why they're like, yeah, screw this, we're out.
Cutting our losses.
This may be the end for the Kinect as an accessory. However, the technology will live on. The software originally created for the Kinect has gone on to power Microsoft's Cortana personal assistant and Windows Facial ID system and the HoloLens project.
Yes.
Now, people also use the Kinect and the Kinect 2.0 for paranormal research.
Yes.
And I've actually seen that, and it's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, we had it here at LoftyCon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was really neat.
Yep. He showed kind of how it works and how it kind of like the sensors will pick up the movement. You can use it almost like a sensor moving camera, and the dots will actually come up and it'll see where it's like forming a person because it's sensing and like a person there.
Huh.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, and I'm really big into paranormal research. So, like I've actually contemplated getting a Kinect 2.0 for us to do that, but
right. Well. Oh yeah, 2.0. I don't have a 2.0.
I have one of those too because I got that when I got my Star Wars one. I got a white one.
Yeah. So our next topic here.
GameCube controllers now work with the Switch.
What's coming to the Switch?
Gotta be Smash.
Gotta be Smash.
Now, if you have the Wii U,
hey Brandon, let me Smash. Joanna will get that. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay.
I didn't like something about Smash. I meant the Lost here.
Let me Smash. I'll show you the video.
Okay. If you have the Wii U accessory for the GameCube controller adapter, plug that into your USB port on your system. Or on your dock, I should say. And you'll be ready to go. In fact, you should be able to play most games with that controller.
Yep.
So if you have an old school GameCube controller or one of the newer ones that they created for the Smash series when they re-put them out, you're in luck. I think that's really cool, and I think that's really telling that it's probably coming, and they're going to be making more of those.
Telegraph.
Yeah. But that came in the update in 4.0.0. Of course, another thing that they did for that was they extended the length of time which you could record a clip, which is still pretty short, considering it's like 30 seconds and like a minute or something like that. But they plan on doing more, but they don't ever want first-party Nintendo games. They're still being stingy.
That's Nintendo, though.
So the last thing we're going to talk about, or the last thing that's really on the docket for today, they mentioned this at E3.
Yes.
And now it's here.
It's here.
Xbox original
OG
games are now playable. They're now announced, and they're here for the Xbox One with 1080p resolution and better frame rates and loading times. Microsoft has revealed the first 13 backwards compatible Xbox games for Xbox One, and all the 13 were available on October 24th. So if you're listening to this, it's been about a week or so ago or whatever. And all are enhanced with 1080p resolution, higher or smoother frame rates, and faster loading times. Here are the first 13 games you can play on any Xbox One if you own the title.
Right.
Or you can buy it from the store for $10.
Right.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
That's a big one.
Boom. Ninja Gaiden Black.
Yeah.
Crimson Skies High Road to Revenge. That is that's an exclusive Xbox.
Yeah.
Really fun. That's like that's where during that era where we haven't had a good Star Fox game in a long time.
Yeah.
There it is. Almost good Star Fox game right there. Fusion Frenzy. You
got it?
Yes, that is a Xbox exclusive. It's like a mini game fest, or it's like some sort of game show type thing. Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time.
That's a good game.
Yeah. Psychonauts. Dead to Rights. Black.
Yeah.
Grabbed by the Ghoulies.
I've never heard of that one.
Huh?
I've never heard of that one.
Grabbed by the Ghoulies. That was made by Rare.
I never
After
played it.
Rare did, they did Banjo-Kazooie, they did
Right.
GoldenEye, and they did Perfect Dark. Grab by the Ghoulies was one of their first games they did on the Xbox after they got bought.
Huh.
Sid Meier's Pirates, Red Faction 2,
Here's a good one.
Blood Rain 2,
Here's a good one.
and the King of Fighters, Neo Wave.
That was okay.
If you have your original Xbox disc, just insert it into the console. If you own it digitally, like if you owned it like on your Microsoft account, that'll also work. Many of these games can also be purchased from the store in digital form for $10. And then there's a comparison video. For titles that support System Link multiplayer, it still works.
Really?
Even across...
You know what I'm surprised about on this? And all this that you just said? Where are my Halo titles? I think the reason why they left them out, Halo Anniversary.
Master Chief Collection.
It's
all there. So
Yeah.
you don't need Halo 1 or 2 because you can get those on the Xbox One.
Yes.
That's why they didn't do it. It's got to be. Why shoot yourself in the foot like that, I guess.
Pretty much.
Anyway, let's get back to the article. This is from IGN. It says, for titles that support the System Link, it still works. I got a 4-player round of Crimson Skies with me on the original Xbox. Another person on an Xbox One X. Another person on an Xbox One S. And a fourth on a launch Xbox One. Online multiplayer is not supported. However, as servers for the original Xbox games were shut down a long time ago. So, across 4 different Xboxes.
That's awesome.
You got Crimson Skies. That is crazy. They system linked all those together, and it worked.
I tell you what, back in the day, System Link was the shit. When I was deployed, we had a spider web of Ethernet cables. Literally every tent, everybody had an Xbox and a TV. So we had just a spider web of just Ethernets all hanging over our tents, going down everywhere, because we slept in like 20 to 30 man tents.
Yeah.
That's all we had. They were everywhere. And we actually got yelled at a couple times for it. We're like, we don't even care. that's what we do our pastime. We're in a foreign country getting shot at every day. We can do this.
And now you're like connecting on playing like multiplayer Halo and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, so Halo 2.
Yeah, Halo 2.
I used to dominate that.
I never did it myself, but I saw our good friend and fellow host here on the Journey to the Comics Network, Nate. Yeah, he had a LAN party at his house once, and I got to see that. So, I brought this game. I brought Knights of the Old Republic because yesterday I got home and I threw this in. And what you got to do is nothing came up when I put it in. I was like, "What's going on here?" I went into my game and apps. I don't know if it just took a while. It might have just taken a while, but I went into my game and apps and it said in queue 1. So I went to my queue and it's like, to play this, you need to download a free update. The free update's the game.
Right.
It's like just under 5 gigabytes for this game.
Right.
It loads up, downloads, does all that stuff, and then you click on like to play, right?
Yeah.
And it does the old school Xbox system startup. Wah, 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 wah. And then it goes into the game. And it loads it up. The only thing that I will critique, at least what I saw on Knights of the Old Republic, the character models look good. Everything looks good. The pictures that they have set up for the equipment and for your character models, they were up-resed.
Yeah.
So they look like crap. Doggy, we're trying to talk about Knights of the Old Republic.
That's my dog meat. Guarding the house.
Yeah.
This is my settlement.
Yeah, from what?
From the guy mowing the lawn across the street.
Shake fist. So, Knights of the Old Republic, I tell you what, as soon as I saw this article a few days ago, like, I flipped my shit.
Right.
Because when I saw that Kotar was on there, my disc likes to freeze up and not work.
Right.
I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Because you downloaded it online first, so you know you got a good copy. All they're reading is your certification code.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it is. The Xbox Live stuff does not work. They've remapped the black button to the right bumper, the white button to the left bumper. So just know that it's not going to tell you that. You have to figure that out yourself. So just know that's where the buttons have been moved to. It's true emulation of that, because when you play a 360 game on there, it'll launch into 360 mode.
Right.
When you press the home button, it'll bring up it'll bring up like the 360 menu, and then you have to completely exit out of 360 mode to kind of really get back to your Xbox stuff, One stuff. With this, it's Xbox One menu. It's all that stuff. It's very smooth. The game did freeze on me when I was typing my name in, so it's straight up KOTOR. That's kind of how that game is sometimes. I'm not saying that KOTOR is void of bugs or problems. It definitely is. It's a RPG in the early 2000s. Bethesda, king of the bugs, and this game is not void of it. But I named my dude James Kirk as a joke. But what I brought with me are 5 games from my collection.
Should be on there.
That I think should be backwards compatible. And you could easily say the Grand Theft Auto trilogy.
Yeah.
Because those 3 games are on the PS4. I tried to grab things I knew were not, or maybe one of them might be, but that I knew would not be on the PS4, PS2 collection type thing, right?
Right.
The Grand Theft Auto trilogy, 3, Vice City, San Andreas, absolutely. You have those discs, you should be able to play those.
Right.
100%. Hitman, Silent Assassin, Hitman 2, I love that game. Absolutely. There's plenty of games I didn't bring, but these are the ones I just thought about. First of all, another BioWare hit, Jade Empire. Absolutely. This one falls under the radar. This came in between Knights of the Old Republic and Mass Effect. And, this thing is heavy.
Yeah, there's a lot of discs in there.
Well, it's actually only 2 discs. It's the damn manual.
Oh, the manual's thick shit. Yeah, it is. And it shows you all their moves, fighting styles.
Oh, yeah, dude. I love this game. When I got my Xbox, KOTOR is what got me to get an Xbox. Rob told me, you got to play this game. And I'm like, I don't want to buy an Xbox. He goes, I'll let you borrow mine. So I borrowed his Xbox, and KOTOR fell in love. Fell in love with that game. KOTOR is in my top 10. Easy.
Right.
Easy top 10. Yeah, right up there. It's in that same mindset with me with like FF9. Those games at some point could easily bleed into my top 5. But what when people ask me, what are your top 5 video games ever? And I start FF7. And I'm like, I could easily go FF9 next.
Right.
But I don't want to. It's like I don't want to stay like, okay, well then what if I'm not going to pick an FF, well, where would I go for number 2? Chrono Trigger. Okay, what's next? Mass Effect 2. What's next? I could easily say Mass Effect 1 or 3. But I don't want to, because I want to, okay, let's get away from keep saying the same ones.
Right.
Okay, then Metal Gear Solid 3. And I could easily, once again, do MGS 1. But I'm like, well then, if I'm not going to pick another Metal Gear, we'll just Link to the Past.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's like, well then, what next? A KOTOR or a FF9 or whatever, RE2. And these big long lists of games that I just think are amazing. Jade Empire may not be in my top 10, but it's pretty high. It is definitely they take the KOTOR engine and they take it to the next level. It's a little bit more action based.
Right.
It's set in like ancient China, so you have that sort of mythos in there. But it's definitely underlooked for sure. The next one, you know it. I know it. X-Men Legends. And I easily could brought X-Men Legends 2, but let's get both of them on there. X-Men Legends, fun, awesome.
Yes.
Local, even maybe LAN connection. I don't think this has that. No, it does not have System Link on here, so you can't do that. But this game displayed in 720p.
Huh. Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. 2004 when this game came out. But if you can get 4 players on one Xbox playing this game, and on one Xbox One, that'd be fun.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Easy one that I picked. KOTOR 2. You have KOTOR 1, you got to have KOTOR 2. This game was made by Obsidian, not BioWare. They took the engine that BioWare created. LucasArts was the developer, or the publisher. And they told them they had pretty much a year to make this game. And
sucks, because it could have been so much better.
Well, yes, because they did so much cool things with the engine. And they took KOTOR 1 and they expanded on the gameplay in almost every way. Like, it's still the same game as far as, like, it still feels the same.
Right.
But you can do more. You can start as one class, and then you can go to your next class. Or like, you kind of start off in KOTOR 1, you're like, well, I'm a normal guy. Now I'm a Jedi. Well, in this one, it's like, no, you're a Jedi. And then you go to your master class. So you can be a Jedi Master, or you can be a Sith Lord, or you can do like kind of like specialize from that point on to something else. They have better robes in this one. And you can also turn your some of your allies into Jedi or Sith on this one.
Huh.
People who are like, I remember there's a dude in here, he's like a rogue, right? His name's Atten. You can turn him into you can develop his relationship enough where he actually starts like training under you. And he becomes, oh, hey, there's your frap, I think.
Right, almost at the end.
But then, and then in this game, goes to say, okay, so for the first game, you have your alignment system.
Right.
You have light side points, dark side points. Same thing in this one, and it affects your appearance.
Right.
So if you start going dark side, you start getting the pale skin, the yellow eyes. In this one, your allies will start having the same effects because they start feeding because your force is so it's throughout the ship, so everyone's like kind of like feeding off of it.
Right.
Like it's affecting them. This next one, Indigo Prophecy. This is a Quantic Dream game. Of course, they're the guys that made Heavy Rain.
Yes.
And Beyond Two Souls. This was the game that sort of like predated that.
Yes.
Really cool storytelling game here. Indigo Prophecy. This is also called Fahrenheit in other countries. This game was also available. I think this game might be on PS4, but I don't remember right off the bat.
It might be. It's something to look. I'll let you keep talking. I'll look.
Yeah. I wanted to get something completely different. This was also released on PS2, but I wanted to get something just kind of stepping aside from my RPG fascination. Because the last game I have is
I wonder what it is.
Is Morrowind.
No.
Game of the Year edition. So I think that
here we go.
Oh. No, I'm very disappointed actually.
They're really good.
Are they? But man, they're just not.
They're delicious.
It's not mixed well.
Oh no. Don't mix it in. Trust me. Save that for the end. There's enough on the inside. Woo.
I'm not a big frappe fan, but
You're gonna jizz in your pants.
hey, bring us up another straw.
Okay.
Love you.
Are we gonna dual straw this?
We're gonna dual straw this some bitch.
I bought this a little while ago, maybe a year or so ago. I don't remember. I've always wanted to pick up Morrowind, and I actually got really lucky and found the Game of the Year edition for the original Xbox. Pretty good.
That's pretty damn good. Copper Moon, you've done it again.
So this includes the content from Blood Moon and Tribunal.
Yeah, I was a little jelly over this when you found it. I was like,
oh, dude,
I don't have an Xbox.
It's a pretty
to
good
buy
condition. It's a really good condition. But I guess even if they only included like the original, I thank you.
Alright, stick it twice.
Stick it twice.
That was a straw. 2 straws.
Gotta
1 cup.
Don't cross swords.
That's pretty damn good.
That's pretty damn good.
Told you.
All right. Anyway, so I'm gonna go back, continue, and I'm going to check out Indigo Prophecies.
What are you checking out?
Isn't that what you said? Indigo Prophecies.
Indigo Prophecy. Like, what are you checking out?
You said you think it was released on.
Yeah, it was released on PS2. But on PS4, I don't know.
That's what I'm looking up. Just let me do my work.
All right, then.
You do my work.
Was it released on PS4?
I see PlayStation Store.
Oh, there it is. Platforms. PS. Yeah, because it got released digitally.
PS4 digitally. Xbox, PlayStation 2, Xbox
so
360.
Currently, you can pick up the PS2 copy of Indigo Prophecy.
You got it's on Android.
Yeah. The controls in this game, just like
iOS, Linux, Atari.
no,
I wonder if it's talking about the box.
it could be. Yeah, because we haven't talked about the Atari box in a while. We're going to talk about that maybe on the next episode. We're actually going to break down what that is.
Yes.
Because
a little bit more stats have been released.
Yeah, and we've been kind of busy, and we really haven't. I've been forgetting talk about it because it hasn't really been relevant to me because it's not going to be what I want it to be.
Unfortunately. But anywho.
Yeah.
So these are the games that you wish for them to have.
Yeah, and there's more. As I said, there's plenty more. I mean, Need for Speed Underground 2. Anybody?
Yes.
I mean,
can I?
I mean, you could say you can do Baldur's Gate. You can do that series. I thought about, or like the Dark Alliance. What I was saying.
Dark Alliance. Yep.
I almost brought that, but then I grabbed Indigo Prophecy because I'm like, I have all RPGs, so it's like I need to bring something else. You can do maybe the old Star Wars Battlefront.
That would be really cool because a lot of people complain about the new version of it. Once you throw that out there, the only problem with that is there's no online support.
There won't be any online.
So you will see old school LAN parties happening again. I would do that. I loved Battlefront 2. Oh,
it was fun.
I loved it.
And it would drive the price for that game back up too.
Good thing we both have it.
I don't have it for the Xbox. I actually have it for PS2. I do have the case for it.
That counts.
Yeah, because
partially,
I have the case and maybe the manual because of that one deal that I had. The day that I got it was like the $60 NES deal with the 29 games in the system, and then ended up going all the way over to Illinois, near my hometown, and it was like 4 OG Xbox games, and it was like Mortal Kombat something. It was this game, that game, Star Wars Battlefront 2 for $5 a piece.
Right. And at that time, I believe that game was up in the $25.
That game was higher than that. It was about 40.
Was it about 40
it's
at that
gone
time?
down now.
I'd say now it's about the 15, 20, but
it's gone down now. But I thought that was such a great, perfect deal. And I got the games. I opened up. That's when I open up, and the disc isn't there.
And you're just like, oh.
And the dude's looking at me like, "Are you still gonna give me the money?" I'm like, "There's no game." No. And then the girl who I made the deal with, she goes, they were trying to figure out where it was, and I'm like, "You guys don't know where it is. Just stop playing."
Yeah.
She goes, "Well, if I find it, I'll definitely message you. And you can just keep the case." And then he goes, "So the deal was 20?" I'm like, "There's only 3 games. I'm giving you 15."
Right.
So I gave him that, walked away, head hung low.
And never got a message back about them finding it.
Never. Absolutely never. I was actually thinking, like, one day if I ever find the game cheap for just the disc, I have the case, I have the manual. I'm like, I got it here. But it just never came to be. But
I mean, there's a few other games for the Xbox that I could throw out there, but
well, absolutely, you could look up the whole list of the.
There's a huge library
of like a library for that thing, and you could just.
One that I think would be awesome would be the Evil Dead. That would be cool.
Because I was thinking Fable.
Fable, that's almost a must.
But I think the Fable Anniversary is backwards compatible.
Yeah.
So there's that. It's like, which do you do the original Fable and then do that?
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Because that's the thing with Xbox is that some of their big titles like Halo and Fable and shit like that, that's been re-released, or redone. And
very true.
I was thinking.
You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot.
And actually, they were going to do Phantom Dust, right?
Yes.
They were going to do new Phantom Dust, and then that whole thing got scrapped. So then what they ended up doing was they just put the Xbox version on the store. And they just said, okay, it's playable on the Xbox One. And that's where like, yeah, dude, we got this whole thing figured out.
Yeah. So
then that was, technically, I guess, your first original like backwards compatibility. The other thing, though, is that I was thinking Panzer Dragoon Orta would be a cool one to bring over.
Hey, Sony, maybe you should get on this bandwagon.
Dude.
Legend of the Dragoon.
Okay, what I was thinking is that it'd be cool if they could figure out the actual like PS2, just because they could play PS2 games on there. If you can do emulation, if you have the disc, be awesome. Where just like Xbox, if I put KOTOR 1 in there, and it's like, oh, that's KOTOR. Okay, here you go. Here you go. It's yours. You own the game. You have to have that disc in order to play it. So it's not like you can just go and get a bunch of games, put the disc in there, and go ha 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 ha, free games.
Right.
You actually have to hold on to your physical copies.
Right.
So that's actually what they were wanting, like, and that's how we play our games anyway.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
But, yeah.
What a do.
What a do. I think that's going to do it for us today.
Yes.
So thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Game Addicts podcast. We really appreciate all you guys checking us out. We are now, I think, as a plays. I haven't checked the new plays for today on the episode, but we were at 17, something like that. So, you know, for us only being, we are approaching our 1 year of having our own podcast, and we are at 1775 just for us.
Nice.
Just for our small little show.
How many of those in Sudan?
Well, you know, that's actually died down.
Damn.
That's actually, I know, dude.
I thought we were going to be a Sudanese hit.
That one episode was, because that was the only episode that they just kept downloading that one. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not going to complain. I'm happy. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
we appreciate
you guys for checking us out. And whether you do it on your favorite podcast service, if you find us for the first time, just want to let you guys know. We're on a lot of podcast services. We're iTunes.
Everywhere.
We're on Podbean. We're on Stitcher Radio. We're on Google Play Music. We're also on YouTube. When I remember to upload the video, it's usually up. We're up on every Thursday. And if, as I said before, if you want to get us early on audio, head over there. You can $1 get you early access. $3 get you bonus content every month. So you get a little bit extra.
Yeah, you got to love that bonus content.
Oh, yeah, man. Me and Nate, we're going to be doing one here soon. We keep having problems. At first, I was too tired. It was last Friday. I was supposed to do 2 podcasts with him. And I was sitting in the chair dead. As in, like, I'm not going to be any fun in these episodes.
Right.
And then Sunday, he was dead. He did his shit. They did their show up in Detroit. And he just was, like, not getting around.
Yeah.
And we just sort of like, all right, we'll try it tomorrow. So Monday, guess what? Gonna record. Here we go. That's when I realized that the power cord is missing. as we're setting up, getting ready to go. But we're gonna get that bonus content to you. Second episode of the new Comic Club series, where we're gonna be looking at other books too. But to start off with, we're kind of well known for reviewing the Walking Dead series. Well, when the podcast started, they were already well into their 100s for issues. So now what we've done is that we've gone back, the bonus episode on Patreon for August, looked at Walking Dead issues 1 through 6. Went all the way back to the beginning. Yeah. Read them and reviewed them. And then this next one we're doing 7 through 12.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool because, like, if you ever watch The Walking Dead, what's the one word they don't say on that show?
The one that Negan says all the time.
No, okay. Besides that, there's a buzzword for the zombie apocalypse that they never say. They never say the word zombie.
Right. They say the dead.
They say the dead, the biters, the roamers, the walkers. They all got different, words for them. Well, in the comics, early on they actually said zombies. In one issue, I saw it said twice, and I'm like, what?
What is this contraption?
Anyway, guys, go ahead and do that if you guys want to support the show. If not, that's okay too. You're still going to get the same content that you're getting from us. Awesome content every Thursday right here on the Game Addicts podcast. Until next time, I'm Brando.
And I am Mike.
And we will see you next week here on the Game Addicts podcast.